Your turn, Yugi boy.
What is up, guys? This is Linthio coming here to a discussion today about something that has been playing on my mind recently, and it's, do you think Konami should have more of a direct line of communication to the community? Now, you could say that recently there have been more direct lines to the community with Facebook groups and pages, and also just direct discussions from, for example, Julia, who is basically Judge Mama over in America, as she is sometimes seen in Zodiac. But it's kind of been a running theme over the years that Konami, for example, with the Forbidden Unlimited list, would announce the Forbidden Unlimited list and not give any reasons why they have chosen those certain things and said, run with it. And it's always something that I felt was, it didn't really sit that right with me, the fact that we didn't really have any reasons as to why they hit a certain thing. And it made us run around in circles thinking, well, why did this get hit and why did this get hit? It must have been because of this, but then why is this still here? And it really feels like they are doing it for certain monetary gains. I know Omega Capital G got a lot of flack on his video when he said, I think Konami are doing this for profitary margins. A lot of people are saying, have you only just figured this out now? It is obviously down to a player's belief that if Konami are manipulating the list for monetary value or not, but at the end of the day, they are a business, and while they do keep the game in check, they still need to make money off it, and if that is by pushing a certain product and keeping an archetype back, because it will be so powerful that it will compete for the meta, so people will just go back to that. It's kind of how business is. Now, you might argue, on the other hand, that that is a pretty scumbag thing to do. People who love a certain archetype and they can't play it is a pretty scumbag thing, simply because they want to keep money going. And if that is the case, then maybe you could look at my traditional video that I did saying, well, why don't Konami do more traditional events for that exact reason? If people want to play that deck and they want to do well in it, then why don't do the traditional route? I've always wanted Konami to really just step out and embrace the community in the sense that they can talk to them, they can feed information to them, and while, as I said earlier on, they have been better with more Facebook posts and different things like that, announcing certain cards and spoiling certain cards early, which is really, really nice. I really like the fact that they do that. But with certain things, I would like to have an open, direct line of communication with them. Now, you can email them and contact them on Facebook and different things like that, but I think for a cohesive community to really get together and to actually talk about certain things and have a chance to put in their opinions on certain elements would be really nice. One thing that didn't sit well with me was when YCS Lille in 2015 was cancelled. If you don't know why, there was a video I did on it a while ago, but it was cancelled due to the terrorist attacks that happened in Paris 2 weeks prior. Konami decided to cancel the event for the security of the players and the people who would attend. Now, while I begrudgingly agreed with them that this would be the case because I was so hyped for Lille, really looking forward to it, there was one line of communication which was, we're cancelling the event for this reason. But then there was nothing else. They didn't say at the time, here's some advice if you've got a hotel that's booked, or how to cancel it, or maybe things you need to do. Same for the Eurostar. All the players had to do all of the research for something that Konami were cancelling. Now, I know it was something that they had out of their hands, an event they had to cancel because it was out of their hands for stuff that was happening on, but just that extra hour of research on their part to be able to post it on their website would have been so much help. I ended up doing a lot of research and then posting it to the judges and then posting it to the players and making a video about it with an email template to certain hotels and all that by just helping out. But if I can do it, then why couldn't someone just sit for an hour? I was doing it at work and I managed to get all this. I was doing multiple things at the time, but I managed to do it. So why couldn't someone do it? It's just little things like this that in certain situations would really, really help the community. And it would put so much faith back into what has been lost for other people. Personally, I haven't really lost faith with Konami at all. I think for the most part, they know what they're doing. Like, they have our best interest at heart. Now, a lot of people might disagree with me on that and laugh at me for it, but maybe that's just me. Maybe I just trust them a little bit too much. Honestly, I think that they have our best interest at heart, but something that would really help them win over other people, all the skeptics and people who have kind of fallen out of favor with it and have those opinions of them that they don't have their best interest at heart. I think if they open up their communications a little bit more, it maybe only needs to be one person in the whole company. Any form of social media, YouTube even, whatever, they're starting to do a little bit more of deck profiles on YouTube on their American version. But to have information announced on there would be very interesting to see and a very nice thing to see. It gives the person, at least for me, how I feel, it gives me a physical face to look at, to associate with, to get information from. Now, I'm not saying that person solely now has to be the person who you get the information from and speak to, but it's a step forward. I've kind of gone on a bit of a rant because, as I said, it's something that has been sitting on my mind for a little bit, and you can't really talk to anyone about this. It's not really an urgent issue that I can really contact someone on, and I'm only a drop in the water. I'm no one important, so they're not really going to listen to me as such. But I want to know what you guys think. If you would like to see more direct lines of communication from Konami in certain elements, what areas you would love to see Konami expand into to help with the communication. And yeah, so make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I should catch you guys later. Get posting down there.